Hi, Vanessa Zamora here. We're at PubCon Dallas 2010, and joining me now is Chris Goward, CEO, and you're co-founder, correct, of Wider Funnel Marketing Optimization. Thanks for joining us.
Great. Thanks, Vanessa. Good to be here.
First of all, let's talk about the lift model, and then we'll get into some of the software available on the market.
Sure. Yeah, the lift model is really a framework that we developed and use at Wider Funnel Marketing. And what it is a framework for analyzing landing pages and conversion funnels on your website and generating hypotheses for testing. So it's part of a conversion optimization process that we use. The process is called the Kaizen method. Kaizen is it's a Japanese term for continuous improvement. And we believe that rather than taking a revolutionary redesign approach to a website, it's more effective to take an evolutionary approach to redesign, which is really just incrementally improving by testing on the site and testing based on what your visitors demonstrate that they will convert more based on. So we'll run A/B tests and multivariate tests using that model to find out what design and content and messages and offers work best.
What are some of the most surprising things that you see?
You know, every test is a learning experience. Every test is potentially surprising. And what we find is that a lot of times the so-called best practices that people talk about for web design or for persuasion actually don't necessarily work in all cases or in many cases. So we'll test best practices and often beat them with other approaches that may not be well known or well documented out there in the public. And I think the reality is a lot of people don't give their best ideas in public, right? So what we find actually works is rather than looking for tips, because there's hundreds of sites out there you can find that give you tips for conversion optimization. But what we find is more effective is actually having a framework for analyzing from your site from the perspective of the visitor. And if you go through the framework and the process, you'll get better results than just looking for quick tips like, use red buttons or use large, all those tips just don't apply for every situation.
Okay. So let's talk about some of the software available right now. If somebody is trying to determine what software they should use, maybe some of your favorites, or how do you advise people on that?
Sure, and we use a variety of software depending on what stage a client's in or what their needs are, whether they need full website content management, landing page management, or just testing. But we actually end up using a free tool by Google Website Optimizer, quite a bit, because it's actually very powerful, still underappreciated, I think, in the market. And if you know how to sort of manipulate the JavaScript a bit, you can do almost any type of testing with it. But we'll often use other tools like Omniture Test and Target. Ion Interactive has a really good landing page management tool if you have lots of landing pages to manage. Maximizer, SiteSpect are good tools. Unbounce is a new tool that's in Vancouver, where we're based, just coming out for, that's right. Or the lack of accent. But yeah, that's right. So there's a lot of tools, and for on-page analysis, looking for how people are actually using the page. Crazy Egg is a really good tool. ClickTail is really good too for evaluating how people use forms, especially. So there's lots of tools out there that that we often use.
Okay. And then you said that a lot of people that are now implementing SEO are not actually taking it that step further and doing the conversion optimization. Where do you get that? Why do you say that, first of all? And why do you think people aren't taking it to that next level?
Yeah, the SEO and conversion optimization are really such different disciplines. They take a completely different skill set. And a lot of times SEO practitioners have gone in and assumed that they can just pick up conversion optimization and just add it to their repertoire and maybe make some tweaks to the site that help conversions as well as your search rankings. It just doesn't tend to work that way. SEO is more focused on technical techniques for getting a ranking, right? And conversion is completely different. It's about persuasion mentality and marketing, and the psychology of your visitors and how to persuade people to act, and as well as there's a lot has been talked about the persuasion of copywriting, but also an underrepresented part of conversion optimization is conversion-based design. It's really important, and we find that in some cases, design itself can contribute up to 60% of a conversion rate lift. And if you don't have those conversion-based design skills and trained designers in-house, you just can't get the same lift. And usually SEO firms don't have that type of skill set. So they tend to block conversion optimization into a little box that it shouldn't be in. But I think there's a lot of opportunity for SEO and CRO, conversion rate optimization, to work well together. And I've got a blog post about that because I think it's a topic that is getting a lot of attention right now.
And so you blog at Wider Funnel on the website, I saw, and so there's a lot of information on conversion optimization for people looking to get into it there. So Chris, we have to wrap it up now, but thank you so much for your time.
Sure, thank you. It's good to meet you.